That will officially do it. Indiana gets its first win of the season against Seattle. Record for most assists in a season by a rookie. Here's Clark speeding all the way in to the... Here's Boston. Off to Hull. Her three is good.
From 1 to 5, the Fever's starting lineup is clicking, but it's numbers 22 and 24, Clark and Hull, who are turning heads. How are these two redefining their roles and reshaping the Fever's future? Caitlin Clark has had a tough journey to WNBA success. When she first stepped foot on the court, she was ill-equipped to handle the strenuous physical demands of the league. The WNBA's extremely high standard of play forced Clark to quickly adapt. But she did change. Clark, who was always one to compete, viewed those early defeats as opportunities for growth. A shift occurred during the course of the season. It wasn't just play, Clark was quite dominating. These numbers are mind-blowing, so let's discuss them. Prior to her historic performance, Clark had an outstanding 6-game run in which she averaged 23.7 points and 11.7 assists. That's just fantastic. It's at the level of a novice. But figures don't tell the whole story. Beyond his statistics, Clark has a larger impact on the court. She is known for her exceptional court vision and her ability to locate teammates effortlessly, no matter how difficult the situation. Is the game against the Chicago Sky something you can recall? Clark dished off an astonishing full-court pass to Kelsey Mitchell. It seemed as if she was keeping tabs on everything from behind her back. Such plays not only entertain viewers, but also have the power to alter the outcome of a game and motivate the entire team. It is also important to remember her scoring ability. Clark has been a major contributor to the team's success, scoring and setting up other players for baskets. Because of her deadly three-point shooting, defenders have had to guard her carefully, setting up opportunities for her teammates. The climax of this was the historic encounter against the Seattle Storm. Clark was really putting the pedal to the metal. Without fail, she would dribble her way past defenders, locate open teammates, and score baskets. By halftime, Clark had scored 23 points on 9 of 19 shooting. Nevertheless, the scoring was but one component. Her multi-talented performance shone through as she added 9 points, 5 rebounds, and 9 assists to her total. After seeing Clark play so well, many are suggesting he should be considered for Rookie of the Year.
Really well executed play by the Fever.
Clark the steal. Mitchell the knockaway. Clark's three. Over to Clark. Clark on the move. Little runner is good.
The artifact's historical value, visually, it was beautiful. After receiving a precise pass from Clark, Lexie Hull finished it off and put the ball in her own net. The previous record was 224 assists, held by Ticha Penicheiro in 1998. The new record is 225. The fact that Clark managed to achieve all of this in just 28 games is a testament to her exceptional ability to create plays. Penicheiro gushed over the record holder, saying, "This record is in great hands." The legendary playmaker is passing the buck to his successors. The problem, though, is that Clark isn't just doing that. Because of her, the game is changing. Her talent, court vision, and capacity to inspire her teammates have propelled the WNBA into a new era. It is clear from reviewing Clark's journey thus far that this is just the beginning. It is clear that she has the ability to learn, adapt, and overcome challenges. She has proven her supremacy at the highest level of women's basketball.
Missed the money. Here comes Clark. Wielding through traffic, finds Hull. Clark looking to take it around Lloyd. Clark bodies in and finishes.
Although Caitlin Clark's record-breaking performance took center stage, another Indiana Fever player also had an unforgettable evening. After playing it cool all season, Lexie Hull astonished everyone with the performance in her career-defining game. Let's go back a bit and look at Hull's previous season. For some time, this second-year Stanford player was adrift in the WNBA. Throughout the season, she had scored 10 points or more just twice, and her three-point field goal total was a season low. One may safely assume that expectations were low going into Hull's encounter versus the Seattle Storm. Having all that, there are times when basketball surprises us. We were taken aback by Hull. Exceptional, not just good, was her performance. Unbelievable as it may seem, Hull finished the game with a career-high 22 points, shooting 8 for 10 from the field.
It's a pass. Hull on the wing. Connects. Playing with Caitlin Clark and how much Lexie Hull has unlocked that for Indiana. On cue.
However, her three-point shooting was the real game changer. Any NBA player would be green with jealousy at Hull's 6 for 7 shooting percentage from deep. What truly distinguishes Hull's performance is the timing. She didn't score her game-winning 12 points until the last quarter. These weren't just any points, they were game-winning buckets that put the Fever up a lead. One particular sequence stands out. 2 3-pointers were made by Hull in the final seconds of the game. These shots not only contributed to the goal, but they also set in motion a 15-2 run, from which the Storm were unable to recoup. Such a clutch performance can change the course of a player's career. It was absolutely game-changing.
Clark lobbing it in. Boston draws 2 in the corner. Hull, you bet!
The breakout performance by Hull was not unexpected. In light of his earlier benching this season, it was a statement made when facing adversity. This kind of resilience, the ability to be prepared and produce when called upon, is what separates average WNBA players from outstanding ones. Throughout the game, Hull and Clark's complementary abilities were on full display. In fact, Clark broke the record for rookie assists set by Hull. This connection is symbolic of the Fever's growing synergy as a unit, which is encouraging for their potential for future achievements. Clark gushed over Hull's performance. She is always willing to lend a hand to her comrades. She came out swinging after the match, declaring, "This is now a Lexie Hull fan account." With this kind of unity and mutual support, a team can go from good to outstanding. Even without Hull's outstanding shooting, the Fever would have been much more dominant from outside the arc. In a collective effort, Indiana shot 15 of 31 from beyond the arc, while Seattle went 7 of 20 from the field. As Hull's contagious pinpoint accuracy spread to her colleagues, a perfect storm of offensive firepower was unleashed. Not only did Hull benefit from the victory, but the entire Fever squad did as well. This victory brings their win total for the season to equal that of previous year. This is concrete evidence of how far they have come in just a year. Looking at Hull's performance inside the bigger picture of the Fever's season makes us incredibly excited about what's to come. It takes more than just one person's performance to make a team succeed. It takes everyone's capacity to step up when the going gets tough. The victory versus the Seattle Storm was not achieved by the Indiana Fever as a squad. Through their joint effort, they showcased their growing skills and team spirit. The spotlight was on Caitlin Clark and Lexie Hull, but another key player also had a significant impact. Threat of Fever. Another great performance came from Kelsey Mitchell. She outscored her teammates by a wide margin with 27 points, including an impressive 5 for 8, showing from beyond the arc. Throughout the game, Mitchell's ability to create her own shots and score important baskets kept the Storm's defense on the defensive. The Fever's balanced approach is a facet of their newfound success. They can no longer rely on a handful of important individuals, but now they're getting help from everywhere, and that makes them much harder to beat. The Fever's improved teamwork is a clear indication of this. Since the Olympic break, they have maintained a high level of performance. There is more precision in the defense rotations, better ball distribution, and an air of trust on the court. This chemical has produced the desired results. After beating the Storm, the Fever's win total for the season is now equal to their previous high. The regular season is only 12 games away, but they have already achieved their goal. The progress and hard work of this team are evident, but what really stood out about the Fever's performance against the Storm was how dominant they were in the fourth quarter. In the final frame, Indiana outscored Seattle 33-18. With this ability to seal the deal, good teams can be distinguished from great ones. Instead of barely escaping with a win, the Fever completely dominated and secured the deal. Building self-confidence and laying the groundwork for future accomplishments are two aspects of this. One reason the Fever had such a strong fourth quarter was because of their lights-out shooting from beyond the arc. From beyond the arc, Indiana outscored Seattle 15-31 versus 7-20. Players like Clark have more chances to drive the lane and find teammates when they can break through defenses and make long-range shots. Beyond their offensive prowess, the Fever's improved performance covers all bases. In terms of defense, they have also achieved remarkable strides. They are getting better at moving in unison, communicating with one another, and regularly taking shots. Partially due to their two-way progress, they have managed to go on winning runs while facing stiff competition. As they continue to acquire steam, the Fever intend to move up the ranks. With the win, their record improved to 13-15, putting them in the thick of the playoff race. Every game following this one will be crucial if they wish to qualify for the playoffs. If the Fever want to keep winning, they have a great shot at it in the future. Next up for them is a match against the playoff-bound Minnesota Lynx, and while increasing their win count, Indiana can display their rivalry with a direct competitor. When the Fever face off against the Lynx, their newly found self-assurance and chemistry will be tested after their high-stakes victory over the Storm. Do they have what it takes to win the title again? If Clark continues breaking records, what will happen?